Hello folks, welcome to Stranded Alien Dawn. It's a game that's been out for quite a little while, although I've only kind of somewhat recently gotten into it. I've been playing this for a little bit here on both PC as well as on Xbox. Xbox controls are a little wonky at first, but once you get into it, it's not too bad. It's available both on Xbox One, Series X, PS4 and PS5, as well as obviously PC. So we're going to be starting this off. Stranded Alien Dawn is pretty much a game very similar to RimWorld. Personally, I actually prefer it over RimWorld. So you start out with a few different scenarios. It always highlights new for the Guardians scenario, since that's the DLC one. We're not going to do that today, though. We're going to just do the basic crash landing one. So, while en route to the Outer Worlds, the passenger ship Alien Dawn suffers a catastrophic hyperdrive malfunction and starts breaking apart in orbit of an unknown planet. Up to 4 passengers reach one of the emergency landing pods. This is the story of their survival. Their mission: find a way back to civilization. Now, you have a few different regions as well. It calls them regions, but in the game files, I think it actually considers them more like planets. So we have Desertum, which is the deserts, Saltu, the swamps, and then Sobrius, the kind of temperate area. Sobrius, I would say, is probably the easiest. Desertum isn't too bad. I haven't done Saltu too much, so you know what? We're gonna do Saltu. Now the moons. The moons, looking at it, is kind of, it's not exactly intuitive what the moons do at first, but pretty much what the moons do is they change the way the attacks go. So this game pretty much has kind of a tower defense aspect as well as the survival aspect to it. So Concordia is just the basic one. Jason, let's see, Jason sends tough challenges but provides time to prepare for them. Not entirely sure what the specifics are there. Actually, I haven't really done much with the moons other than kind of looking at some of it in the game files, so I'm not 100% on those. Nyx. Nyx is the goddess of night and governs everything that lurks in the dark, be it a thought, an action, or a demon. And then chaos. At the beginning there was chaos. Everything appeared out of the chaos and will return to chaos. I know because as an aside, I've been working on a mod to kind of add like a zombie mode to this game, but it's still been a work in progress. But I know there's references to Nyx on a few different things that I think changes up the attacks that come from that. But you know what? We'll try Chaos here. I haven't tried that. So game difficulty, I think, is mostly just your starting resources. So let's see, easy, you have 100 scrap metal, 80 emergency rations, 20 first aid, 2 laser pistols. Up to insane, which is just 5 emergency rations. I think we'll try hard here. I've done medium quite a bit, and I think I'm good enough that I can go beyond it. Now the seed is very interesting. The seed kind of determines what are called breakthrough research you get, as well as obviously the map generation. Not entirely sure if you can just put in anything randomly, or if it always has to be, because whenever the game gets set up and you start a new game, the seed will always be like 2 letters in caps with a dash in the middle. I don't know if those particular letters play a role in it. I've tried putting in random stuff and it still spawns correctly, but I'm not sure what may be changed by that or not. I know on the Stranded Alien Dawn subreddit, there's a topic that goes over what people have discovered in various seeds. So if you ever if you're playing this game and want to check out a seed, you can always check out the Stranded Alien Dawn subreddit. And then there's game rules, which can change up some of this. Increase the average number of survivors you can find by 2. I kind of want to do big family here. Eternal bliss, I don't really want to do that, because happiness is kind of a part of the whole thing, so Lost cause, survivor skill is set to 0. Overqualified, they're set to 10. 6 for indifferent, 0 for incapable. Yeah, we'll do big family. Alright, next. Now, the characters that you start with are determined. You can't... Unfortunately, there's no ability to make a custom character outside of having to work with the mod editor. Now, I'll say for creating mods, creating a character mod is probably the easiest one. I've actually done it already, made a couple custom characters of my own. Not using them for this playthrough, though. Particularly just wanted to focus on the main aspects of this game. So we started with, let's see. We'll get rid of Grayson here. I want to do 2 female characters. So we have Emmeline. She's interested in cooking. And then you'll also see on the right here, the little arrow shows what the highest is for other people in your party. So you at least have a gauge of what your party skills are looking like. So like right now, our crafting is like really low for everyone. Ken is interested in crafting, but he's still very low on it. So construction and crafting are like the 2 things we need. Vicente here, he's incapable of cooking, but he's also an avid farmer. How does that work? Oh, he's a kitchen hazard. Okay. That explains why he's incapable of cooking. Let's see. Sora, vegetarian. She doesn't help us with crafting, so we're looking for a female that can do crafting. Paulette here. Runaway housewife. Indifferent to combat, but we have combat kind of covered. Construction will kind of suffer still, though. But I think the boost with crafting will be good. So you get a little... Well, you get obviously the name of the characters, kind of their title, as well as a little biographical thing. Some of the characters also are related to each other as well. Let's see, we'll find, I think Yoko. Yeah, Yoko is the grandmother of Ken. Crafting teacher, bloodlust, and then, do we want to do Yoko almost? Apparently bloodlust is a genetic trait because Yoko transferred it to Ken here. You know what? Let's do it. So we'll do Yoko, Ken, half brother of Kenna. I didn't notice that. Who? Let's see. Oh, her. Okay. But yeah, we'll do this. So Yoko, Ken, Vicente, and Emmeline will be our survivors. And then you start out with a little cinematic intro as the escape pod heads towards the planet. All right. So we got our escape pod, and then a bunch of other debris is falling. First things first, probably we'll start with scavenging the escape pod. Scavenging will get you both more scrap metal, as well as sometimes a few other unique items. If we look around, we have a bunch of these little animals here that can provide us with hides and red meat. But that's not our main focus at the moment. I think Ken is going to be our best combat person at 6. Yeah, so Ken, you'll pick up the laser pistol. Now I also like to go around and observe the starting hay as well as stick plants that are around here. So giant grass, will observe that. A few fallen trees around here. We might as well cut some of these down. Now, one little trick that you can do, you can drag select various items and it'll show you them over on the left. And then you can just go to one of these that you want to use. So we'll take the fallen trees and we'll cut them down. Still looking for one that provides sticks, though. Big leafed plant has purple leaf and sticks. But that isn't exactly the sticks that I'm looking for. One thing about this game, because every start is a little different, sometimes you're not going to have certain elements near you that you may be looking for. So sometimes you gotta change tactics. Since we have a good number of trees, we may end up just using those to get sticks, because you can always cut logs into sticks. Hay, though, is generally an important thing. Now, going back to the observing. Once you observe a plant, once you finish observing a plant, you'll be able to actually plant it, which comes in handy for longer-term survival. Also, we have some people that are doing, well, nothing. So, Emlyn here, you're capable of... Yeah, you're capable of intellect. Not a lot, but at least a little bit. So, since we're not finding sticks... Furniture production should be it, yes. Let's set up our little chopping block. And we'll also select some of this grass to just go and cut. Now, you may sometimes notice that certain characters may just not do anything. If that's happening, you'll want to go down to Manage and Activities. Now, Emlyn, she doesn't heal, she doesn't construct, she doesn't cut. Let's definitely change that. Let's change her to mine as well. Scavenge will hold off. Now, you can also go from simple priorities where they do an action if it's available, to actually advanced priorities, which give a value to how likely they are to do an action. The problem with doing advanced priorities, though, is sometimes the survivors will really focus on like their top goal, which will, depending on if the actions are available, they'll get all caught up on that. Let's see. Let's do the purple leaf next. We also have these worm-like plants. I don't think I've seen those before. Alright, so for sticks here, I want to produce like 5 more. Get us up to 60 sticks. Then we can go to camp, shelter. I guess in this location we can do purple leaf shelters as well, but that also requires sticks. So right now we're just focusing on the regular stick shelter. Now, shelter is important because if you have various items being stored and they're stored in the open, they'll begin to decay. Survivors also don't like being out in the rain or just out the elements in general. So we'll set this up. That will take our 60 sticks. We'll do a stockpile here. And we'll do some shelves here. Shelves are a little bit more useful for certain items, not everything though. And if I recall correctly, I should be able to do these Oh, I guess not. Alright, that's not exactly going to work. So we'll set at least 2 beds up here. One way we can kind of get around this, we'll go to our schedule. Let me go through my people real quick, see if anyone has bonuses to working at a certain time of day. There are some people that do have the like night owl trait. Hagler. While in the colony, all trade ships sell goods at 5% discount. Well, that's useless to me because we can't do trading in the crash landing scenario. Alright, so we don't have any night owls, but what I will do, we will have, let's see, Vicente and Yoko will be our night shift people. Or, well, not exactly night shift, but they'll sleep during the day. And then Emmeline and Ken will sleep at night. Alright, that should work. Let's give them a little bit more rest time. We're also going to want to work on a science, well, a research bench here pretty quickly. Once it gets a little further into the game, when you get the chance of storms, it can be really debilitating because storms with lightning, if your survivor gets struck by lightning, they take a big negative to their traits. Their traits being consciousness, movement, manipulation. So if they take a hit there, they'll be temporarily reduced in how good they are. And then if they get hit again, it will become permanent. And as far as I can tell, it's permanent. It's not like, you know, you just need to increase your healing factor to improve it. No, it's a big negative. So yeah, you always want to make sure that you can avoid the perils of lightning strikes. Now, very much like RimWorld, people are eating while standing up. They disapprove of that. Now, one benefit when you first land, you get a little buff. Well, 2 buffs actually. You get Survivor's Determination, which goes down in levels as time goes by, and then Survive the Crash. Survive the Crash, once it expires, it's completely gone. Survivor's Determination goes down to smaller levels over time, which is beneficial because early on it's hard to have items that improve happiness, because usually you need things like refined metals. Alright, so we're going to work to get this research desk done. We'll try to get the campfire finished as well. And then first research is going to be lightning rods. Now, what breakthrough research do we have here? We have hay cloth, so we can turn cloth or hay into cloth. That's actually not bad because you can do a conversion of 10 hay to 20 cloth. A lot of the conversions in this game are usually 1-to-1, sometimes less, but not always. We also have ore prospecting. Miners have a chance to find ore while breaking rocks. So I haven't really seen that one in action, but part of it's just because it takes 3 days to research. And early on, I'm always focusing on like lightning rods, construction basics, that sort of thing. We have Chin. Oh, geez. Okay. I did not expect we were gonna get a thunderstorm this early. Oh, geez. Yoko, go. I think you're our best intellect. Is 2 really our best intellect? Apparently so. Oh, jeez. Yeah, usually you have at least a little time before you get your first thunderstorm, but this is... I don't know if this is because of doing the Chaos Moon or what, but... if we get hit by lightning, this is going to be a bad time. Well, we may have to... we should probably, like, really focus on our defenses now that I'm thinking about it. So let's set this up. We'll do up to 25. 25 by 20. Go down to 12. Come on, Yoko, get that research done. Definitely don't need you getting struck by lightning. Alright, so we go to power, we go to lightning rods. We'll set one up here, we'll set one up here. That should provide some decent protection. No, Evelyn, I know you're not set to construct, but you construct that. And same for you. We'll also go through our fence stuff. We can do a wooden gate, or we can do the fence doors. Let's do a door here. We'll do a door here as well. Alright, then we're gonna need a bunch more wood. The reason I'm focusing on defenses is because I'm not entirely sure with the Chaos Moon what kind of attacks we get. If we get attacked early, we'll definitely need it. And thinking about it, we should probably do the wooden fortifications as well. The actual fortification and gate aren't so important, but the wooden tower is where things will really determine. We'll set up a table here. Also gonna have to get things figured out as far as food goes, because yeah, we have 4 days of food. Obviously we could go after some of these insects. You know what, the hay cloth I think might be good. Vicente, what are you doing? Yoko's doing that, okay. Yeah, let's see what exactly this is, because I don't think I've ever done the worm-like plant. I don't know if we'll get any kind of food from that, or what exactly. Oh, we do have purple leaf. Let's see. As I examined the towering big palm, I couldn't help but be captivated by its wide, sturdy purple leaves. It didn't take long for me to realize that these leaves were ideal for building shelter. Their thickness and sturdiness make them the perfect building material. While the trunk isn't great for building structures, it could be broken down into sticks ideally for kindling a fire to keep us warm on chilly nights. I decided to give this magnificent plant a name that perfectly captures its nature, purple leaf. Apparently we can also do purple leaf cloth as well. So between that and the hay cloth, we'll have quite a bit available. I don't know if we need a lot. Let's do a 16 by 12. It may be a little much, but sometimes I like having that available, like extra. And then we should also do this tall leafy plant, which will eventually be called grain cob. It's pretty much corn. So we're still insufficient on 53 wood. We'll set that to observe, these ones to cut. One bad thing about some of these trees, I'm not entirely sure how quickly they'll grow. I know in the desertum region, wood is very difficult to get going because there's only like one tree available and it grows like so slowly. Synth plant. This strange-looking plant is quite strong, and it has a dense fiber structure. If cultivated, it will produce cloth-looking material. In the process of its growth, the plant extracts most of the nourishments from the soil. This process is reducing the quality of the soil. That's interesting. But also disturbing. Because we're not really looking to kill the soil around here. Certainly not right now anyways. But we have other cloth things available, so we'll put that like on the back burner. Now you might be wondering why I don't have a gate here. Reason for that, the AI here acts kind of like how it does in Age of Empires 2, if you've ever played that, where if you have an opening, they'll tend towards that opening without necessarily attacking the rest of it. Sometimes they'll still attack part of the gates, but they'll mostly focus on going to that opening, so. And at least right now, that's kind of how I want them to go. Wait, did that say something about fuel? Oh no, produced from liquid fuel and cloth. Okay. One other neat thing about this game is that a lot of the items, especially the more advanced items that you get, can be broken down. So that is a possibility on certain things where, like, say you find an advanced item, but you don't actually want that. You want the other stuff that comes from it. You can just break it down and actually get the other items from it. Alright, so we have all of that. Aggressive animals. Alright, so we got an attack already preparing for us. I'm going to change this. So right now, at this chopping block, we're doing just a number of times for the chopping. If you click on it and then go to make sticks until, it will produce it until you have the number of sticks that you want. So we'll go up to 100. Actually, you know what? Go to 120. It'll be a lot, but we'll have plenty of sticks then. Because personally, I prefer using sticks for shelter rather than scrap metal. Just because sometimes scrap metal can be very limited. Alright, Vicente is starting his little planting. He's got something for... Let's see. Avid farmer. Seeds and harvest plants twice as fast. So that's actually pretty good. Once we get the grain cob, we'll do a massive field of that. Because grain cob is probably among the most versatile plants in Stranded Alien Dawn. Alright, the alien attack begins. So when you're getting attacked, you want to select your survivors and click draft. That will get them into like combat mode. Now they're coming from over here, so I'm gonna put Ken kind of to the corner so that he can fire his pistol. Yoko, I will draft you up and put you over here. Vicente, you finished your stuff, so put you here. Emmeline, draft you up over here. Now, I am using a mod called Third Person, which lets you take control, and then like you can actually like aim and then fire. But it is like way overpowered, so I prefer not to use it like that, because you can pretty much go into third person and like one man everyone. But don't get me wrong, it's definitely a fun mod though. Just way overpowered. No, Vicente is injured. Alright, good work everyone. So we defeated that. We can hit shift and then click draft to take us out of that. Vicente, since he's been injured, will go await for treatment. Who's our healing people here? Activities, heal is Ken or Yoko. So Yoko, you finish eating that, and then hopefully you'll go heal up. Okay, we'll just manually have you go do it. Ken, you can at least hold those first aid kits in, though. Yeah, I'm having Yoko do it because she has the best healing skill. If you fail with healing, because a lot of the tasks that you do, especially when your skills are relatively low, have a chance of failing, I think they'll get like painful scars or stuff like that. Now the first aid kits, those are kind of universal. They can do a little bit of everything. Research-wise, as you go on, you'll get like lower levels. So you'll get bandages, you'll get antibiotics that you could eventually turn into first aid kits later on. Alright, let's expand our stockpile here. Vicente, what happened to you? You got really messed up in all of that. Alright, well, Vicente's all healed up. Why are you just kind of standing there? Go at least haul that. We took all of that over. Oh, we missed one. One other thing we will do before we end it for today. We'll set all these overgrown insects to be butchered. One of them, though, we'll set to observe. Reason for that, I want to learn about the insects. And then the butchering will provide us with some meat that we'll be able to use. Which we'll get into next time. So yeah, that is it for the first episode here for Stranded Alien Dawn. Hopefully you all enjoyed. This is definitely an interesting game that I've been playing quite a bit of since I got it probably about maybe a month and a half ago. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more content on it, and it'll give me a chance to do some shorter form content instead of my stream uploads and all that. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, be sure to leave a like. Let me know what you think of it in the comments below, and I will see you all next time.